It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four, invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. Dr. Oja is a OG, got that potion, the elixir, got devotion to all those who keep us showing up to witness. Spit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official. We gon' get through all these issues. Time for jailbreaking, baby. This is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's a live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. This is episode number 807, I think, of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. In full disclosure, I am running a little foggy brain today, a little slow. I just realized the Chiron's not rolling across the bottom. I also noticed that I didn't cue the news, the podcast up. So we got what might arguably turn into a Hot Mess Express episode today. But guess what? Me, you, Nerman, wading through logs, Peter Lee, Space Arcos, Medine G, the entire Wild West HackinFest out in Denver crew, my man Casually Joseph, DJ BSEC behind the glass, James Quicken at 35,000 feet. We are all bringing you this episode of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. And over the next hour, we are going to shred the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'm going to be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner. So what can we do with this information? How might we potentially work this into a talk? We're giving it Wild West HackinFest this weekend. I don't know. But what my job is to give you the story and then rip apart anything of value that I can based on my 20 years of experience. And chat will be doing the same, helping each other level up. It's all about support, inclusion, collaboration, and empowering all of us to be dominant in no matter what we're doing. I also want to let you know, my friend, if you're looking to break into the industry and you're like, wait a minute, is this for me? He said for the practitioners. Should I just see myself out? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother anyone. No, grab a chair, bring it up. The circle gets wider, my friend. We are here to help you break into the industry as well. You're going to be asked in any single job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? That right there is the answer. Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief, and it's not just a podcast you turn on and let it play in the background while you're making waffles for your kids. It is something that you need to engage, immerse, and I'm telling you, every ounce of energy you invest in it, it's going to pay dividends back to you. You're going to get terminology, concepts. You're going to be networking with other professionals who are into support, inclusion, and empowerment. And you're going to be able to drop knowledge bombs in a job interview that are current and relevant instead of just talking about Bell LaPadula, access models, right? Did anyone else just get CISSP, PTSD? A lot of acronyms there. Bell LaPadula. I will tell you as a fun fact, one time in my career, Matt Jones and I at MUSC actually deployed. We actually built something, and we did use Bell LaPadula in our logic of it. So you know what? It does happen. Guys, I love it. I don't prep or research or any of these shows. Sometimes I forget to even put the chyron down. So you know this is legit and authentic, not produced to look cool, because it certainly doesn't. Oh, what a dork, this guy. Guys, I'm super pumped for the episode. Every single day I get up and get pumped and excited. I was kind of dragging butt 5 minutes ago, but guess what, Simply Cyber community? You guys just lit the fire, and this rocket's about to take off. So let's just do some quick words from sponsors, get the ad reads out of the way so we can get to work. First, we're going to be just talking a little bit about the ThreatLocker. And when we come back, not only am I going to tell you how to get CPEs, but I'll also probably have the chyron rolling around. Quick word from ThreatLocker, then Siphon, who's out there in Denver today. And then we are going to do CPEs, and I'm going to tell you exactly what today's news is. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit ThreatLocker. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Anti-Siphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Anti-Siphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisiphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right. Yes, sir. Look at this. We got a chyron. We've got audio. Guys, we are going to be back up and running full steam. Guys, every single episode, including this one of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot. It's always right above my head. So Nightbot, you might be getting some CPEs right now, my friend. Right? Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot to fix that too. Jesus. Hold on. Guys, I'm telling you, like, it doesn't happen every day, but when it does happen, it's kind of, you get to see how the sausage is made. There we go. And we're back. Alpha Sierra is getting some CPs. Andre Mack getting some CPs. DP, KP, Dragos in Romania. The CPE train has left the station. Let's go. Again, apologies for that. Every single episode's worth half a CPE, so it's very simple. Just say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot, file it away in a folder, and once a year, count the number of CPEs, divide by 2, or multiply by 0.5, and then you got your CPEs there. They're easy to submit, and all the files are time-stamped, so if you need to go back and, you get audited or whatever, you can certainly do that, all right? Nightbot's the go to the stream, head dog, that's right. All right, guys, guess what? Every single day of the week has a special segment, and all of you know what we do on Wednesdays. Cue the Daft Punk, shall we? Oh, yeah. Guys, every single day is epic. And we're going to do this. Boink, look at this. We got the little spinning world, compliments of one DJ B-Sec behind the glass. If it looks like I'm running a classy stream over here, it's literally because DJ B-Sec's behind the glass, like motioning me like a marionette. I'm like, I'm a real boy. But really, it's Big Tex is back there doing his thing. All right, let me get a slug of coffee and explain what we're doing here. What's up, Peter Lee in Big Texas? Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, this coffee.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right, guys, if you're a first timer here, drop a hashtag first timer in chat, and you're probably confused because you're like, I thought I was here for the cyber news. You are, but we are a community, and a community does fun things together, And on Wednesdays, we demonstrate just how wildly international and inclusive this Simply Cyber community is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cue the music for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to ask you, where are you? And then we are going to see if we can go around the world. So do me a favor, everybody. Let me set this music to 2 minutes. And begin. Where are you at? Hey, you do BDO. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, let's get those. We're at 2 minutes. Go. Where are you? We got Philly, Mara Levy, bringing the United States online. Kava's in Queens, New York. Big Texas. We got Denver, Colorado. Thank you, Nick Barker. Adam V is in LA, getting up early. Tom Bishop, the boot, grading papers. Wisconsin's in the house. Mississippi. Phoenix, love it, Robert. Peru, bringing South America online. Yes, sir. Boston, Mass. What's up, Beantown? D-Med. Missouri. What else? North Alabama, California, Toronto's got Canada online. I love it. Chile, love Chile. I've been to Santiago and Punta Arenas. Slovakia, I see you, Slovakia, Eastern Europe. Where are you? Oh, crap. Hold on. I accidentally lit up Moldova, so that's a misfire. I'm going to need help with Slovakia. I need a mod to help me. I'm sliding underneath the weight of falling behind here. Tallahassee, Shelby, New York, North Kakalaki, Richmond, Virginia. We got a lot of the United States online today. Illinois, Fall Riva, Jason, I love it. What's up, Austin? What's up, Newport News, VA? I see you. Ohio's in the house of Philip Martin. New York City, Big Kansas City, Toasty Pops representing. We got the upstate. South Carolina, Taiwan. Brexy's bringing in Taiwan. I love it. Let's get that little island up. Whoop. There it is. Hot Atlanta's in here. Casey Cromer's representing Kentucky. David P. Evan saw Ghana. We'll light it up on the board. Africa's officially online. Ethiopia. Now Africa's flexing on everybody. Traverse City, Michigan. The UK is in here. Oyindamola. Across the pond. I love it. Bad Axe, Michigan. We got Yellowknife. Vancouver, Jamaica me crazy, am I right? There's Jamaica. We got a little Caribbean action. Starbucks is in the house. CZ, is that Czech Republic? All right, hold on one second. The Slovakia thing, hold on. Chris Whitlock's hooking me up here. Hold on. Of course, Chris Whitlock gives me a picture of the Earth with Slovakia lit up. Hold on one second. It looks like it's kind of right above Ukraine, Romania. Oh, I got it. Thank you. So we got it. I saw Dragos in chat, right? Romania's in here. Hey, mod chat, really quickly. Not mod chat. Nigeria's in the house. For general chat, you can't see it, but in mod chat, Chris Whitlock sent me a picture of the Earth with like a tiny dot, and I made fun of him. And then he sent me what looks like something that you would send. Somebody who wears like the thickest prescription glasses ever of Europe, and Slovakia is like dead center. So well played, sir. Well played. All right, guys, how did we do? This was kind of a weak run today. So let me get caught up with mods. Bangladesh was in here. Very nice. Thank you, Bangladesh. South Africa was in here. Okay. Chile, Taiwan. I saw you. UK, Bangladesh. We got all you. Canada, Romania, Peru, Canada. I saw all you. Michigan's representing. I love it. All right, guys. So it looks like we got all of our, hey, first timer, Spurum from Boston.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Okay, guys. So check it out really quickly. First of all, for those who are first timers and from Boston, I'm originally from the area. So what's up, brother? Let's go through it, shall we? North America, yes, sir. South America, yes, sir. Africa, big flex, Africa. You guys always come strong. Europe, alrighty, no big deal. Asia, just kind of a quiet flex. Little Pacific Rim action with Taiwan. I'm sure Triple D somewhere in here, so we're just going to mark the Philippines. And what do we have here? And I'm not trying to dunk on Australia, but Central America, also Jamaica was up in here. I just want to point out, last week, we didn't get Worldwide Wednesday because Australia didn't show up. And I know it's the middle of the night, but literally Australians were commenting in chat that they would be here today to represent. And I don't know. Oi, 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 I guess in your native tongue, my friends, my Australians. Good on you. But maybe next week. Next week, yeah. All right. Yes, and for all my Boston friends, Chris Rock. Chris Rock, you know what? We're gonna take a little bit of a half beat on this one. Chris Rock is in chat. Chris Rock is in Australia. Chances are he's not in Australia at the moment, but we're gonna light it up. We're gonna give it we'll give it a half a point there. So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We got it. With an asterisk, okay? And we're gonna go around the world. So do me a favor, everybody. It's time to get to work. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. In today's cybersecurity news, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg has pledged to make artificial general intelligence, or AGI, openly available. But Meta's new Frontier AI framework outlines scenarios where it may withhold highly capable AI systems due to safety concerns. Meta classifies such systems as high risk or critical risk based on their potential to aid in cybersecurity breaches or biological attacks, with critical risk systems posing catastrophic, unmitigable threats. The framework, guided by expert input rather than strict empirical tests, reflects Meta's attempt to balance openness with security, especially amid criticism of its open AI strategy. French startup.
All right. Oh boy, we got a good super chat coming in here.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Malware Trini with a super chat. Malware Trini says, and thank you for the super chat, Malware Trini. Cue up the wrecking ball. Okay. You had my curiosity. Now you have my interest or my attention. After 4 months of networking interviews, I was offered my first SOC job as an analyst and can finally announce as I just signed my offer letter. Malware Trini, absolutely congratulations.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Can we all just do a like Oprah emotes, round of applause? Malware Trini, congratulations. Super pumped for you. Good luck. Not even good luck. Best wishes in the SOC. And super happy for you. Love it, love it, love it. And congratulations. I got to tell you, there is a path there. You got to put in the work, though. It's hard. It's hard. Our industry is not easy. It's hard. It's hard to get in. It's hard to do the job. It's hard to level up. But you put in the work. You do the networking. You follow all the things that are best practice, and boom, Malware Trini, crush it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so, this is a mainstream story, so we'll allow it. But this is, not really cyber. This is more social. Okay, so Meta says it's going to stop development of AI systems deemed too risky. So right off the rip, too risky, that is subjective in nature, right? Second of all, I've said this numerous times on the podcast. Again, this is not a political show, nor is it a religious show. So we try to stay clear of those things and be apolitical or agnostic. The genie's out of the bottle. Okay. So if Meta stops working on this, guess what? Other countries, other research labs, other, academic institutions, they're not bound by Meta. Meta isn't world police. People are going to continue to work on it. Also, I applaud them for this. I agree. I'm low-key concerned. I mean, I'm not going to be nihilistic and morbid and destroy everybody's morning by giving the full debrief on what I think. But I do think there's no stopping this. And honestly, making AGI publicly available, sure, why not? I mean, if it's only going to be in the hands of the people of power, they're going to use it to manipulate, control, etc. Do the things people with power do.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Space Tacos with the super chat. Congratulations, Joshua Rex, on the new job. Joshua Rex, new job? All right, let's go.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Nice job, Joshua Rex. Guys, love it. Got to tell you, any day where Simply Cyber community members are celebrating new jobs, oh yeah, let's go. And especially for someone like Malware Trini, where it's her first job, or his first job, I'm not sure, male, female, but first job in cybersecurity. So breaking in, I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, I got to tell you, the final thing I'll say about this AGI and stuff like that. If you read the movie, God damn, I'm telling you, I am tired. If you read the book, The Coming Wave, and I'll just give you a little peek into my brain. It's like literally the #1 book on my reading list here. Shout out to the librarian, Christina Paulika, Simply Cyber community member who maintains the library here. If you go to simplycyber.io/books, simplycyber.io/books, you can get my suggested reading list. These are books that I think are worth reading in cybersecurity. But my #1 book, Coming Wave, here's what I'll point out. With AGI, or, whatever, AI in general, whatever, the potentials are amazing. We can solve world hunger. We can solve disease. Cure for cancer? No problem. I got an AI working on it. Like, if you look at, this is taken directly from The Coming Wave, but if you look at the production of, wheat during medieval times, for, they have some weird measurement. It's like a hexalot or an oxalotl or something like that. It's like a weird hexit or whatever. It's like a weird measurement for farming. But if Kathy Chambers is in chat, she probably knows. She's big agriculture. If you look at medieval times, they could basically get, say, 5 units of food out of a 10 by 10 box, okay? Now, in 2025, with all of the advancements and, precision seeding and, electrolytes in the water, all the things that we have from science, that same 10 foot by 10 foot space, hectares. Thank you, Peter Lee and James Lynch. That same space, you can get, say, 500 units of food out of, right? So, for the same real estate, you can feed, 100x people, essentially. Again, this is soft math, but you get what I'm saying. Basically, we can do more with the same amount. Introduce AI, and maybe we can get 50,000 units in that one space because it's solving all the problems, right? So there's things like that. But then, if you flip the thing on the other side, you can use AI to cure. You could have found the cure to the pandemic disease. I don't even want to say it on stream because it's like a buzzword that might get flagged. But instead of spending years working on vaccines, maybe AI finds it quickly, which is great. But then at the same time, you can use it to find disease quickly, right? Or poisons and stuff like that, things that'll really mess up humans. So it's just a tool, and it's really in the hands of the individual that it can be weaponized. And then if it turns sentient and AI and has its own conscious or whatever, well, then it's whatever it was programmed, right? So anyways, I am tired. I don't want to spend too much time on this one.
Riot has raised $30 million in a Series B round led by Left Lane Capital, reaching a post-money valuation of over $170 million after hitting $10 million in annual revenue. Riot initially focused on phishing simulations and cybersecurity education, but now is moving into employee security through its new employee security posture management platform, which measures security habits and provides karma scores, including nudges to improve practices like enabling multi-factor authentication. Riot has 1 million users across 1,500 companies, with plans to expand globally and develop more advanced security tools.
All right.
Austin.
I mean, this is a cool GRC Mafia. If you're in chat, where's GRC Mafia? This is GRC Mafia all day long, okay? Also, hey, really quickly, just talking about GRC Mafia. For those who don't know, I started saying, like, I don't know, maybe a year ago, GRC Mafia, because I've been on a quest to make GRC cool or socially acceptable at a minimum for a number of years. And I feel like we did it. Simply Cyber does a lot and goes across a lot of different dimensions, but GRC is near and dear to my heart. And there is a faction of people that share my passion for GRC, including Chris Whitlock, Space Tacos, Marcus Kyler, and others, right? So I started saying GRC Mafia because we're a crew, right? It's like a sub niche of Simply Cyber. And I had someone come to me recently and say, hey, listen, you know, it might be because I'm older, but, you know, Mafia kind of denotes like crime and you know, basically, you know, organized crime and not okay. You know, so why do you associate with that? And I just wanted to address that really quickly. So it's GRC Mafia. It's not because we're looking to like go give protection money to businesses and like, oh, sure, it would be bad if your multi-factor failed, huh? And then like start kneecapping people in their bodegas, right? It's not that at all. I say GRC Mafia because we're like GRC is like ostracized almost from the rest of the cybersecurity industry, from the red teams looking down their noses to the blues saying, get out of my way. I'm trying to do work here. And your GRC stuff is getting in my way. IT engineers talking about, I can't implement your configuration managements because they're too strict, et cetera, et cetera. So when I say Mafia, it's that we're bound together and we're, you know, resilient and taking care of what we need to and being familiar in that respect and kind of challenging the status quo of what cybersecurity is and what is important in cybersecurity. And GRC has its place at the table. We're just doing it in a non-traditional way and how we're getting to that table, the way the Mafia basically had to go about their way to protect, you know, effectively Italians in the new world. Okay. So that's kind of the idea behind it. It's nothing criminal. I'm definitely, if you've ever met me, I'm absolutely a dork, boring, square, you know, conformist, law-abiding citizen. So that's the deal with that. All right. So Riot raises $30 million. Way to go, Riot. I haven't used Riot myself, but I like the concept of it. So what it's usually when we do GRC love, we do like, hey, here's an email, educate yourself. Hey, we're going to be rolling out MFA. I would love to like work with you on enrolling it. Let me answer your questions. Hey, executives, this is really bad. We need money. What they're doing is, or what it sounds like is, it's like a nudge where you're doing something and it like pops up like Clippy. It pops up like Clippy and it's like, hey, I see you're logging into something and you're not using multi-factor authentication. Would you like to do that? Would you like me to enable MFA? Oh, hey, it looks like you declined to update your patches again. You know what? Hey, it's almost lunchtime. Why don't you update the patches when you go grab lunch? I can take care of that for you. So like it's reinforcing good practices and good cyber hygiene. Some people might call that sci-hi. Spoiler alert, nobody calls it that. Some news story did like a month ago and I'm still dunking on it. But I've learned, because now I own a business, like a lot of times, like the metric is that you're supposed to have to like quote unquote touch someone, and don't please keep the swear jar and the inappropriate comments out of mod chat and chat, but like you're supposed to like touch someone 7 times before they make a decision whether to do business with you or not. So for this, I love it because you're basically, constantly reinforcing, nudging, reminding, being present, being front of mind, being aware of cyber best practices. And frankly, the workforce is a huge attack surface. You know, Carl's in the field, right? Carl's in the field with his laptop. He's at a hotel. He's at a Starbucks. He's on an airplane. His machine's connecting to all sorts of things. He's plugging into things. He's using his Google, he's checking his personal email. He's in the hotel streaming Netflix, right? There's a lot of overlap between personal and professional, especially in a post-pandemic world. So to have something like this constantly nudging, I think it's cool. I think it's innovative. I also think it's totally organic, and I like it. Way to go, Riot. I hope to see it honestly deployed in an environment that I'm working in.
Texas-based cybersecurity firm SailPoint is targeting a valuation of up to $11.5 billion in its upcoming NASDAQ IPO, with plans to raise $1.05 billion to support its identity and access management solutions as cyber threats continue to rise. SailPoint specializes in securing sensitive data and mitigating unauthorized access, and transitioned to a software as a service first model since going private back in 2022. SailPoint is backed by Thoma Bravo, and the IPO comes as demand for cybersecurity solutions grows.
All right. So Thomas Bravo is another one of those ones. Like, there's a couple, okay? Again, I'm trying to be very level. There's a couple businesses out there, and Thomas Bravo is one of them, that just like their business is acquiring businesses. SailPoint is a massive identity and access management. SailPoint's I can't. SailPoint's a massive identity and access management solution deployed at enterprise level systems. So to have an $11.5 billion valuation is not surprising. It's also a crazy amount of money if you think about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they buy it. I can't. What I would say is I got to move the screen here. I can't get away. Hold on. What I would say is if you did deploy a SailPoint solution, okay, this likely won't affect you right away. And this is a best practice and a lesson learned, kind of like the more you know. Let me get a little more you know emote in here. And if you're not a squad member, you don't see the emotes, I'll just call them out. So I just dropped it. There's a more you know, like the shooting star from the 80s things. When a business gets acquired, right? Like Cisco buys Splunk or Cisco buys Duo or Okta or whatever, Thomas Bravo buys SailPoint. Typically, the first year, you don't experience any type of problems with your solution and deployment. The first year during that merge is where the acquiring company is looking at the acquired business and trying to figure out like where is redundancy, what things are not generating revenue for the business, what things are generating a lot of revenue for the business, how can we carve off the chafe basically, or chaff or whatever it is, and how do we increase the things that make money, right? Like that's what PE firms do. Private equity firms like Thomas Bravo, they're looking to make as much money as possible.
Straight cash, homie.
So the first year, if anything, won't really be anything. After the first year, if you work at the acquired company, chances are you have a high likelihood that you're not going to be there anymore. Okay. Like if you're like a senior developer on the SailPoint solution, maybe you're there. But if you're like HR, procurement, general counsel, like accounting, finance, cyber, IT, like you may not make it. Okay. So clean up your resume. Also want to point out there's a video on the channel called, just look for Simply Cyber Bryson Bort. And he came on and he did a lot. Bryson Bort from Scythe and Grim. He actually did a lot of talking on stream. He's been on the show a couple times about PE firms, angel investing, VCs, getting funding for your business. If your business gets acquired, what to do. And I mean, he said straight up, like very, very low frills. He's like, if your business gets acquired, you should get your resume ready because you're going to have to get a job soon. Okay, so that's the business side. If you work at a company that gets acquired, from a consumer perspective, SailPoint won't change day one or day 365, but you can expect it to change, I would say, after the first year. Because a lot of times they're going to try to integrate it with the other solutions in their portfolio. Now, I don't know what Thomas Bravo owns off the top of my head. They do own a lot of stuff, but like if they own, say, a SIM solution, right? Hold on, let's actually do this really quickly. Thomas Bravo SIM acquisition. I don't even know if they've acquired one, but I bet they have. Okay, there we go. Thomas Bravo acquired Logarithm in 2018. And then Logarithm merged with Exabeam, another SIM, in 2024. Okay, so here's what's happening. Again, I've got a tiny brain. Okay, I've got a tiny brain and I can see this. So I'm sure like the big brains here can definitely put this together. Thomas Bravo bought two SIM solutions and integrated it. Now they have an identity and access management solution. If you think for a second that they're not going to somehow integrate those two things, an identity and access management system and all the telemetry coming out of it natively with Exabeam, Logarithm, or whatever they're calling it, you'd be crazy, because that's what they want. They want to build essentially an XDR solution for you to buy their entire, kit and then get vendor locked in. And then Thomas Bravo just starts printing money. That's what's up. Like, welcome to capitalism. So I'm not going to say one thing or another about Thomas Bravo and their track record of how the businesses that they acquire perform after acquisition, but you can do your own research and stuff. But yeah, that's what's up. So basically, if you have a SailPoint implementation and you're not running Logarithm or Exabeam, you're probably going to be like strongly encouraged or pushed or whatever, which sucks, by the way, because SailPoint, honestly, I know a large enterprise that's deployed SailPoint. It's not easy. It does take a minute to, like, when I say a minute, I'm being playful, like, 6 to 12 months to fully roll out. I mean, you're handling all of your identity and access management, your Active Directories, your cloud, your networking, like everything. When people go into an application, right? Like an ERP, so here's something people don't think about, okay? It's one thing to say, do you have access to the environment? Yes or no. Like anyone can do an AD authentication, like whatever, like welcome to the party. It's when you get into an application like a employee health record system, like an enterprise resource planning solution, like an HR system, like a big accounting system, right? Like a manufacturing system, right? All of these applications are incredibly complicated and have incredibly different types of users. The SailPoint is a solution that not only says, yes, you're authenticated in here, but then handles permissioning and provisioning. What do you have access to? Can you look at HR files? Are you allowed to create an invoice and pay the invoice? All these things, okay? So it gets really, really complicated really, really quickly, which is what SailPoint solves. But when you deploy that in an environment, that takes 9 to 12 months, right? Okay.
Apple released a new XProtect update to block variants of the macOS Ferret malware family, linked to North Korea's contagious interview campaign. The campaign tricks targets, sometimes people seeking jobs, into installing malware via fake interview links, leading to the deployment of JavaScript-based malware Beavertail and a Python backdoor called Invisible Ferret, which can steal browser and crypto wallet data. Researchers at Sentinel-1 have identified previously undetected variants like Flexible Ferret, which indicates that the blocks need to continue.
All right. I've been like losing my mind today on GRC Mafia and, PE firms and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of speed run a little bit about this. All right. This one says targets are lured in a fake interview process that convinces them to download malware for a virtual interview. I literally, what's interesting? Oh, come on. I literally talked about this with my students just yesterday in class. Yeah. Hey, here's the deal. I said this before and I'll say this a million times over. Send a note out to your end users. You may want to, depending on your environment's vibes, meaning like your business and your leadership and stuff, you may want to vet this one first. But listen, here's the deal. You can send a message out that says, this will definitely get read if you use the right subject line in the email. But listen, I know, just listen, I know you're interviewing for a new job. Just put it like that. People are going to be like, oh, cybersecurity knows. Pepperidge Farm remembers, right? So you could be like, I know you're interviewing for a job. Read this. And then you can open up the email and be like, hey, listen, I hope you stay here forever. But the reality is people will switch jobs. And when they're interviewing, they don't want their current employer to know, which makes sense because you fear for your own job. However, I want to make you aware that there is this attack going on. So if you are asked to download a software in order to complete some type of assessment, be aware you might be infecting yourself with malware. Again, like hope you, I would almost end with this message, by the way. Hope you continue to, I hope you continue to stay here, but understand the reality of it. So if you do have to interview, I want you to be safe. Like, make it more about protecting the person than protecting the business. Because natively, if you protect the person, you're going to be protecting the business. It's just they're more likely to give a crap if it's about them than they are if it's about the business. Okay? Again, use the wording correctly. Don't encourage them to go interview for jobs, but just be aware. Like, dude, I don't know about you, but like, I've got a 20-year career. Like, I remember like going out into the parking lot and taking an interview in my car. I remember, no one's in my office. Like, open up email, respond to the recruiter, and then close the email, right? Like, it's like, etc. Yeah. So again, DJ BSEC suggests this. I agree too. Talk to HR. If you have a communications team, talk to them. You really don't want to fire this off, this particular email, without getting some top cover support and buy-in on the messaging. When you're talking to HR or the business executives or whatever about this particular thing, just say, hey, listen, I don't want anyone in the business who's trying to be, covert, downloading malware onto our workstations on our network, because they're not going to tell us. If they get infected, they're not going to tell us because they're going to be scared of retribution because they're looking for a job. So the only way to get in front of this is to call it out and be overt about it. Please allow me, cyber guy, allow me to protect your business, sir or madam. This is a real threat. We have to do it. All right. So just use a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Like savviness, right? You won't lose any political capital sending this one out. If anything, you might win some because you're showing just how smooth you are.
Thank you to today's episode sponsor, ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is a global leader in zero trust endpoint security, offering cybersecurity controls to protect businesses from zero-day attacks and ransomware. ThreatLocker operates with a default deny approach to reduce the attack surface and mitigate potential cyber vulnerabilities. To learn more and start your free trial, visit ThreatLocker.com. Research.
All right. Hey, quick shout out to Space Talk. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I forgot to even pull that up. Jesus, Jerry. All right, there we go. Shout out to Space Tacos. Level of pain, low. Woo! All right. Hey, before we get into the hotness here, the Alpha Sierra leading us off. Let's just hear from stream sponsors really quick. We're going to do Delete Me and Barricade Cyber with the music going. Some of you, all right, here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, ThreatLocker is everywhere. It's kind of bananas. Speaking of ThreatLocker being everywhere, let's flip the tables. I will be at ThreatLocker. I'll be at Zero Trust World in a few weeks. If you're going there, let's high five. I'll have the Simply Cyber flag. Oh, speaking of that, really quickly, if you're in Denver, hold on, I got to scroll mod chat and get past all this. If you're in Denver at Wild West HackinFest, I've got great news for you. Hold on. Oh my God. I've got great news for you. Wednesday, today. Oh my God, Jerry.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I am Ron Burgundy. Listen, this Wednesday, 4 p.m. local time. So today at 4 p.m., if you're in Denver, Casually Joseph, B-Dubs, James McQuiggan, I think Nick Barker's there. Listen, if you are in Denver, Wild West HackinFest at 4 p.m. today, go upstairs, sitting area above the hotel, restaurant, and bar. And Simply Cyber is having an official Wild West HackinFest Mile High meetup. B-Dubs has got the flag. There's going to be tons of people there. Tech Ricky, FedEx, so many. There is a con chat channel on Discord. Check it out. All right, so let's do a quick word with Delete Me, and then did I just do the Delete Me? No, I didn't do the Delete Me. As a person that exists publicly, especially since I share my opinions and hot takes daily, I'm hyper aware of my safety and security, and it's even easier to find personal information about people online these days. All the data is just hanging out there on the internet, and it can have real life consequences. But I recently found a solution, and this service is called Delete Me. Delete Me is a subscription service that removes your personal info from the largest people search databases on the web, and in the process helps prevent ID theft, doxing, phishing scams, stuff like that. And when you sign up, you tell Delete Me what data you want deleted, and they go off and do it. Cool thing is you get a personalized privacy report every month that shows what they deleted, where they found it, etc. It's pretty cool. For me personally, it's like outsourcing your online privacy, which honestly, I don't have time to do that myself or do it well. So for them to handle it is awesome. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at the special discount for Simply Cyber listeners. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber. All right. Really quickly, DJ BSEC Behind the Glass has actually drafted an email template that you can use regarding this story right here. It's a great template. I'm going to drop it on the Discord server under general chat. I just did it right there. So if you want it, go to the Discord server under general and you can use that email template and get it going. I also want to say shout out to Kevin Cake. Your hard work and dedication to cyber industry made a difference in his journey. He's actually got a job in Kevin Cake, started a new job as a SOC analyst.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Nice job, Kevin. Guys, so many wrecking balls today. So many wrecking balls. It's like low-key bananas. We've got 3 wrecking balls already. And dude, we're not even through the show yet, okay? Awesome. I want to say shout out to the stream sponsors, Delete Me, Siphon, ThreatLocker, and Barricade Cyber Solutions. Guys, Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses recover from cyber attacks and the damage done from those cyber attacks. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to make it the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. You can absolutely get them on speed dial. Get them on speed dial today. Thank you, Barricade Cyber, for the support. We're at 8:47. We're doing great. Did the ad reads. This is fine. Just really quick shout out. Thank you, all of you who are in chat today. Thank you to B-Dubs and James O'Quicken for volunteering to take the mantle in Denver today and lead the Wild West HackinFest Simply Cyber Community Meetup. I'm moved and touched that this community is really so amazing. You guys are so amazing. I'm just so proud to be associated with all of you. So thank you. All right, guys, let's do the, is Alpha Sierra here? It wouldn't be a day unless we got the la 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 la. So let's just speed run over to that. Get your la 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 la's ready. Drum major, Alpha Sierra. First timer, Steve Rodriguez. Good stuff, man. And I guarantee you, if you are in an elevator and this song comes on, you will think of Simply Cyber. I promise you, it's happened to me multiple times. Raining jobs. Scott Edwards.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
What is going on? Did someone go to the job store and pick up a bunch of jobs and then just start handing them out? James O'Quicken at 35,000 feet with a super chat. Actually, Gerald Ozier, we are proud to be associated with you. Oh, James, that's so kind of you. All right. I do love myself some James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. A great, close personal friend, James McQuiggan, not just a community member, but a close personal friend. All right, let's finish strong, y'all. We got work to do.
Researchers from Pika Securities, the Red Report 2025, found that 25% of malware analyzed in 2024 targeted user credentials, pushing credential theft into the top 10 techniques in the MITRE attack framework.
Yeah, MITRE.
Attackers tend to focus on complex, multi-stage malware like Sneak Thief, designed for stealth, persistence, and automation, with samples capable of executing an average of 14 malicious actions. Despite increasing sophistication, no evidence of AI-driven malware was found, and the researchers suggest focusing on the top 10 MITRE techniques can block 90% of threats.
All right, so really quickly, if Chris Rock is in chat still, my friend Chris Rock, is he still here? Let's see, cred stealing as initial attack. So Chris Rock, very, very talented professional. He does a lot of offensive security related things for various reasons. Chris, I'm kind of curious, as someone in the field, is credential stealing something that's like, the front of your attack sequence? I'm kind of curious. I mean, obviously getting creds is important, but I'm curious how important it is right up the rip. I want to point out, they say there's a 300% increase essentially or threefold increase in credential stealing from 23 to 24. Guys, Chris Rock's confirmed it. Thank you, Chris Rock. Listen, info stealers are rampant right now. Luma info stealer is all the rage, right? If you've got a bit of gray in your hair, maybe Redline info stealer is your speed. Raccoon info stealer, if you're trying to be a little like traditional, whatever it is, the info stealers are all over the place. On top of that, there is a fringe market within the cyber criminal ecosystem of initial access brokers. You can Google that, initial access brokers. And what these people do is they just basically farm credentials. They don't even log in. They verify the creds work. They just farm credentials, and that's what they sell to people. So if you're a Chris Rock or you're, whoever, you don't even need to put the work in to go get creds. You just go to, the bodega, you grab a, orange Gatorade if you're me, right? You get an orange Gatorade, maybe snap into a Slim Jim, and you pick up, 25 to 50 creds, and you head on back to the spot, go to the lab and start cooking like Raekwon the chef. You don't need to do the whole kill chain. There's boutique services now. On top of that, when we think of the modern IT infrastructure, people are using cloud and SaaS products all over the place. People are using federated authentication all over the place. Telemetry and login information from SaaS products is not coming back to your main SIM. So when Johnny or Carl logs into AD, yes, you get, Carl logged in. Yay, whoop-de-doo. And then Carl logs into like Salesforce or some cloud-based product, right? Pipedrive or, DocuSign or whatever, right? Let's use DocuSign. He logs into DocuSign in order to sign an official document that's actually malware, and you don't get any telemetry from that, right? So it's hot. It's so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
So why am I telling you this? This is why there's been a massive increase. The two reasons I just told you. The primary vector is because creds are valuable right now because they get access to all the things. And we're seeing the increase because threat actors realize there's a demand for it. So they've increased the amount of info stealers, credential dropping stuff, malvertising, fake landing pages, all the things. That's what's going on now.
Here has addressed two critical vulnerabilities around remote code execution and authentication bypass, affecting multiple Wi-Fi router models. Both flaws can be exploited without user interaction, allowing unauthenticated attackers to get control. Affected models include XR1000, XR1000v2, XR500, WAX206, WAX220, and WAX214v2, with fixes provided in the latest firmware updates. Netgear urges customers to download and install the updated firmware from its official website immediately to secure devices. Researchers.
Oh my God. I do like this report of Sarah. She just has to breathe between stories. Okay, so Netgear, that is a consumer grade product. As far as I know, enterprises aren't racking and stacking Netgear routers and switches. In this case, it's a Wi-Fi router. You're going to find, if you're an MSP servicing small businesses, maybe mid-sized businesses, if you yourself are a small or home office type business, you may have purchased a Netgear router and that's what you're running. The TLDR here, you got to patch it. You got to patch it. And make sure you know what gear is in your environment. I'm telling you right now, it's honestly, it's a cost. I don't want to call it a cost value analysis, but like if you buy Netgear, Fortinet, TP-Link, Zixel, QNAP, just to name a few, okay? I'm not calling anyone out particularly, but chances are you're going to have a higher frequency of touch, for lack of a better term, than if you buy something like Aruba, Cisco, etc. Okay, like again, I wouldn't buy a Cisco, 48 switch port switch for my house, right? Like that, I'm not going to use it, but just it's part of the deal. All right, like it's just they seem to have more issues. That's not to say Cisco and Aruba aren't going to have issues. You're still going to have to patch those too. But this one sounds really bad. Now, and again, if it's your home and you live in a neighborhood or you live out on, a ranch, maybe this isn't an issue because you almost, I suspect, need to have be inside the wireless range to be able to impact this thing, or no one should put this internet facing, okay? But if you're having a business and you're at like a strip mall or you're in a business office park or something, you have a higher likelihood.
From Cisco, Robust Intelligence, and the University of Pennsylvania tested AI models, including DeepSeek R1, Meta's Llama 3.1, OpenAI's GPT-4o, Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro, and Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet for susceptibility to jailbreaking using the HarmBench benchmark. DeepSeek R1 had a 100% attack success rate, making it the most vulnerable, while OpenAI's O1 model had the lowest at 26%. Cisco attributed DeepSeek's weaknesses to its cost-efficient training methods, which compromised security, leaving it vulnerable to known jailbreak techniques, and exposing its full system prompt, which was later patched after disclosure.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, WCrooks42 does bring up some good ones. Juniper and Unify or Ubiquity. He says Unify. I've always been confused between Ubiquity and Unify because they're like two sides of the same coin. I would consider Ubiquity and Unify like almost like a prosumer model. You can deploy it in professional enterprises. Many of us, including myself, deploy Ubiquity for their home network, which has turned into my home and business network. So Ubiquity is wicked good. Juniper I've never worked with, so it's hard to say, but I would put Juniper more on the Cisco Aruba scale than I would put them with the Netgear TP-Link scale. All right, looking at AI, guys, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Juniper is top tier. This is coming from my network, senior network superstar DJ BSEC behind the glass. He wears cybersecurity clothes, but at his core, like in his gem heart, if you're reading the Starlight archive, you know what I'm talking about. He's a network engineer. He's routing, right? He's constantly doing routing tables in his mind. DeepSeek, like 100% broken and susceptible to attack over the other ones. ChatGPT and Gemini. ChatGPT and Gemini took a while to come out. Developed securely. DeepSeek, blasted like out of nowhere. Like DeepSeek, honestly, if you guys remember like RC Pro-Am or F-Zero, I know I'm dating myself here, but these are like traditional games. RC Pro-Am was Nintendo 8-bit. F-Zero was one of the first releases on Super Nintendo, but like on the track, there would be like these like multicolored arrows, and when you hit them, you would like do a turbo You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of nostalgia vibes in chat right now. I feel like DeepSeek like was like, oh, like we can build our own course, and then they just put a bunch of those turbo things on. It was like, brrr, and they just took the express route, pass software secure design. And honestly, this is how it was in the 90s and early 2000s when people were going YOLO with technology. It takes time, energy, and effort to build software securely. And unfortunately, you don't see the value of investing in security unless there's a problem, right? It's basically, dude, here's the deal, right? How am I doing on time? I got a couple minutes. Here's the deal. If I can build a new feature that users can use and see and touch and be like, ooh, and the marketing team can sell, that's great. And if I introduce input validation code, end users aren't going to see it. Marketing can't sell it. And while it's a more secure solution, the business is going to spend, say, $20,000 worth of capital putting in one of these two, and one of them has a clear line of return on investment, and the other one is just a good idea. This one is going to win. That honestly, guys, this if you're a graybeard, Chris Rock's going to know this one. DJ B-Sec's going to know this one. Eric Taylor, if he's in chat's going to know this one. Casually Joseph and the Gen Z crew probably watched it on the History Channel. In the early 90s, dude, Microsoft was going ham on trying to get market share. And what they did was they incentivized developers at Microsoft to come up with essentially like plugins for Microsoft Office applications like Word and Excel. And at one point, it went out of control. Like people would have, they have a ribbon now on the top, but before the ribbon, you would just have like essentially like a bookmark bar. And as you added more things, the bookmark bar would get lower and lower. And like literally power users would have like half the screen of Microsoft Word would just be functions and features. And then you'd have the document down here. And every one of those plugins, every one of those features was a attack surface. And Microsoft was getting punched in the mouth regularly. And Microsoft's whole game was, oh, like we'll deploy on Monday and we'll patch on Wednesday. Like that was literally the saying inside Microsoft offices. And they did that for years. And people were over the moon because they're like, oh my God, look at all this. It was almost like agile software development before agile was even a thing. And they were just pushing. And then eventually Microsoft turned into a joke with how insecure it was. And Bill Gates sent out a seminal memo. You can Google it. It's out there. And it was called a memo on trustworthy computing or something to do with that. If you Google Bill Gates trustworthy computing, you'll find the email. But it was like at that moment that Microsoft made the decision, hey, we're done introducing attack surface and we're going all in security. And they've actually done quite a bit of that over the years. So I applaud them for that. But I want to note, Bill Gates didn't send that email out until they got like basically a lion's share of market. And now the entire world, save a few, run Microsoft shops, right? So Microsoft's got that massive footprint, but that's how they did it. Okay. Just, take you back in the Wayback Machine. So anyways, TLDR, if you're going to use DeepSeek, I don't recommend it, but just know it's insecure.
Union groups representing 7.2 million people have filed
All right, hold on. The last story in CISO series is about this Doge access thing. We're going to skip it because we can. And we're actually going to bring to you, this is compliments of DJ B-Sec, a story that we think adds more value to the Simply Cyber community, all of you. Let me get up into mod chat. I've been in general. There's a Veeam flaw that allows arbitrary code execution and adversary in the middle attack. It says man in the middle, but in 2025, the term that you will hear used more often for PC reasons is adversary in the middle. Man in the middle and adversary in the middle are the same exact thing. TLDR, if you're running Veeam, which is a great solution, by the way, I've used Veeam in environments. Veeam, in my opinion, not a sponsor. I think Veeam is great, okay? It basically allows you to do backups and deploy, restore systems quickly, especially, I think it might only be for like virtual systems, but anyways, it's cool. So basically, Veeam for Google Cloud, Oracle Linux, Azure, AWS, basically all the cloud stuff, Veeam. If you're running Veeam for your cloud instances and stuff, you're probably at risk and you want to patch it. You got to patch it. I will drop a link to this story since we're kind of pushed for time. Let's do that. All right, guys, let's do this really quickly. I've got some good news. We are going to be pivoting to jaw jacking, and I will do the little read in a second and explain what's going on. But jaw jacking is got a sponsor for just a couple episodes, 4 episodes of jaw jacking, which is pretty cool because I worked it out. It's actually, they said, basically how much to sponsor jaw jacking. And I said, well, let me see. In my mind, I'm like, oh, the Simply Cyber newsletter, how much does it cost to run that for a year? And then that was the price. And they said, deal. And I said, excellent. So if you don't know about the Simply Cyber newsletter, go to simplycyber.io/newsletter to sign up. It comes out every Monday. There's tons of actionable intel, like literally copy and paste email language and stuff to drive cyber risk reduction. It's a service that we do for the community. As complimentary. Chuck Sapp helps with it quite a bit. Kimberly Can Fix It helps with it quite a bit. If you don't know about it, please sign up and check it out. If you do know about it, and I hope you enjoy it and I hope you use it. So do me a favor, chill out. If you were here for the first time, we do another show right now. You don't have to go anywhere in order to enjoy it, but it is a 30-minute Ask Me Anything. People email me, DM me, text me all over the place asking me, can you help me? I'm trying to break in. I'm in college. What should I do? I'm trying to pivot. What do I do? I don't have time to answer everybody's questions, but I do have this 30 minutes every single weekday to answer any and all questions. So drop them in chat. Stay with us. We've got a great program for you. Let's get into some jaw jacking. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some jaw jacking. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. I am your less surly and also quite pleasant host for this session of jaw jacking. My name's Jerry Guy, and I'm all about good times, coffee, and high fives. If you're looking to party in Denver, may I remind you that at 4 p.m. today, upstairs above the restaurant bar at Wild West Mile High Fest, there is a Simply Cyber meetup where you can party with like-minded, awesome Simply Cyber community members. Now, before we get into jaw jacking, I do want to say shout out and thank you to jaw jacking's sponsor. Hey, Team SC, are you tired of playing catch up with threats? Palo Alto Symphony 2025 is your VIP pass to getting ahead of the game. You can join industry giants like the founder and CTO of Palo Alto, Nur Zook, and the Unit 42 team to see how their precision AI is revolutionizing SecOps and real-time cloud sec. You'll get exclusive access to Unit 42's 2025 Incident Response Report. You get hands-on demos of AI native, SOC transformation, and technical deep dives that you won't find anywhere else. And my favorite part, and I would argue the best part, is that Palo Alto is making it completely free. That's right, completely free. From cloud blind spots to alert fatigues, they're tackling the problems to keep you up at night. Don't miss this chance to level up your security game. You can reserve your spot at symphony.paloaltonetworks.com. I will drop a link in chat. This is literally a free conference that PA is doing. Here's the link to it. I'll actually pin this in chat so you guys can grab it. Guys, Palo Alto, that was the ad read, but I'll just tell you personally, I always talk about Unit 42. Unit 42 is super legit. If they release something, you better, take it to the bank. They're putting on a free conference. What's not to love, okay? And they're putting the CTO founder out there, the leaders of the PA Unit 42 group. So definitely check that out. And shout out to Palo Alto for being open to sponsoring jaw jacking. Who would have known? I'll take it. I love it. So anyways, and also the newsletter for a year. All right, let's go. I'm here for you people. Let's talk about, Nataraj Monk. Free. I pinned the URL. It's also in the description of this video in case you're watching on replay or something and you didn't know. Go check it out. All right. Michael Andruzzi, what's up? All right, let me check to see if my man DJ Bisek is pinning questions. I don't see any at the moment. FedEx is asking, where is breakfast to Nick Barker? So if you're in Denver and you want to get breakfast right now, FedEx is looking for a friend. Kevin Sullivan says, hey, Dr. Ozier, important question. I'm not even pre-reading this. When can we have an episode where we watch you play F-Zero and RC Pro-Am? Oh my God, bro. You know, I got to tell you really quickly, I love those games. I used to play F-Zero almost like I don't know if this is politically incorrect, but almost like I had autism. Like I would play F-Zero for hours and hours on end, trying to perfect the lines of where I would race and everything. Like, I loved F-Zero. I also loved RC Pro-Am. I will tell you, and this is a shout out to Chris Whitlock, who is Director of Community Engagement. We are going to be increasing the amount of events and activities inside the Simply Cyber Discord server. So if you're not a member at the Simply Cyber Discord server, please join and check it out. We're going to be doing a poker night. Chris is leading that. I don't really know much. I'll show up and drink beers and play poker, but we're also, I don't know if it would violate any copyright rules, but I'm not Josh Mason is playing Red Dead Redemption, doing Q&A in chat sometimes. I'm not opposed to firing up a emulator and dropping some F-Zero bombs on people. That'd be awesome. Also, I know this is a Q&A for people to get help, but I don't see any questions yet. Oh, I see questions. The final thing I'll say is I actually got Game Genie and set up RC Pro-Am to see if there was an end to the game. Spoiler alert, there is no end to the game. All right, Zach Morrison, how do I create and start my own cybersecurity blog? Great question. Tons of value there. You can do it a couple ways. So Medium is a blog platform that you can use. I think there is a free tier that you can use that's pretty good. A lot of people use that, Zach. Also, there is, you could stand up your own WordPress blog type website. You can use something as simple as GitHub and, basically set up the structure of a blog. We use Beehive for the newsletter, but I'm actually going to start incorporating other aspects of Beehive for blog posting. Zach Morrison, I hope that answers your question. What I would say, Zach, is she in chat? Hold on one second. So B-Dubs is not in chat right now, Zach Morrison, but I would recommend ping B-Dubs on Discord and ask her. She's actually developed and is blowing up a cybersecurity blog. So if you want to get it straight from someone who's doing it in real time, ask B-Dubs. Dragos from Romania, for a behavior question how you managed a malware alert, is it okay to say I did not encounter one, but I would use steps from NIST incident handling, for example? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, don't front like you've done it before. And honestly, this is why you'd want to get lab work so you can simulate these type of events that you would see in practice. But yeah, Dragos, I think that's great, because what they're trying to see is how do you think and what are you giving consideration to and what's your depth of technical knowledge? So yeah, but if you said NIST incident handling, you may want to double click down and go through what that NIST incident handling is. Also, I want to let everyone know, if you did not know, because this is directly related, I'm actually in the middle. I forgot to tell everyone because I'm an idiot and forget to mention things. I'm in the middle of doing a YouTube short focused on GRC careers every single day in February. You can see this is February 1st, February 2nd, 3rd, 4th. There's another one dropping today on the 5th at 11:45 Eastern time. I'm having some fun with it, trying to do some stuff. But Dragos, I actually have 5 shorts out of this collection that are about destroying job interviews. So, might be worth checking out. W. Crook says, deploying Waza in a family business office. Any suggestions for automating compliance and vulnerability updates? Do I need to learn how taxi protocol works and such? I will say I'm a little weak in this area, so I want to phone a friend. If someone in mod chat or in chat has a thought, let me know on this. What I would say is, you don't really have to know taxi is something you can ingest, and I think honestly it wouldn't hurt to learn a little bit about it. But ideally, if you're ingesting taxi, right? You would have some type of automation that would configure firewall rules based on the IOCs that are coming in. So that level of automation would be good in my opinion. If you're just getting in threat intelligence and not doing anything with it, it doesn't help. Wading through logs, Wade Wells might be a good person to comment on that. By the way, I think deploying WASA in a family office is awesome and definitely something you should document and use as like experience on your resume. As far as vulnerability updates too, I don't know, like as far as like software and applications, I don't think WASA sees like software that's out of date. But as far, maybe it's like a threat exposure management. Like if you're seeing, I don't know, like misconfigurations and something. Again, I'm not super well versed on WASA to know about that. But yeah, I guess TLDR, I don't think it would hurt to learn taxi a little bit. I wouldn't become a taxi expert. But W Crooks, if you do this and document it, redacting any sensitive information, I would love to see it. In fact, Crooks, like it'd be kind of cool if you're interested to work together to make a video to help others stand up WASA in an environment in order to get that experience. And then, you know, basically the next person that asks this exact question, we can just say we have a video for that. Let me know if you're interested. Soulshine, have you ever heard of GeoSpy? No. Is that the guy who like looks at a picture on a map and like 2 seconds later puts a pin in the globe and tells you where it is? If it is, my kids love that. I find it exceptional. But that's all I know. I don't know unless it's like a tool or something. Can you make a up-to-date video on how to build your own SOC lab? Sure. I mean, that's a lot of work, so I'd have to schedule it. But is the content I have on the channel currently not good enough? I know I have the SOC one with Eric Capuano's video and Lima Charlie. I have the SIM one. Let me know. Honestly, you know what I would love to do, Soulshine? I've been wanting to make one on Graylog and standing up Graylog. There's actually a great there's a great blog post. Hold on. There's a great blog post on Graylog. Hold on one second. This is killing me because the guy who wrote it is like I remember being like, oh man, this guy's like awesome. It's cool that, hold on, learn. Does anybody remember? There's definitely, I know Stefan Waldvogel shows up occasionally. He would know definitively. There's definitely a how to build a SIM with Graylog blog post. Let me check my schedule really quick and make sure, see if I have a 9:30. I do have a 9:30 with Try Hack Me. All right. There's definitely a blog post on it, so if anyone can find it. I guess the answer to your question is yes. Yes, Soulshine. It's just making a video, like for those who are in my PBCC course, you know this, but like the reality is making a video is not, it's not easy, all right? It's very hard. Even these shorts I'm making, the shorts are like 45 seconds. Like I spent like 2 weeks coming up with what the content was, scripting it, filming it, editing it, captions, publishing. Like it's a lot of work. And making a SOC lab, like, yes, I want to do the Graylog one. In your experience, what is the largest CE method for CISSP? What is CE? I have the screenshots for Team SC. I need to catch up before next year. I don't know what CE method is. Maybe continuing education? It doesn't matter, Brian Clark. There is no largest one. Actually, I guess if you're looking for like big bites, going to a conference is probably the biggest bite. Like if you go to DEF CON, that's like 16 CPEs right there. So and even bigger, if you take a college course, that's like, that's like 40 CPEs, right? Because it's a CP for every hour. And if your class is 1 hour and you meet twice a week and it's 13 weeks, that's 26 CPEs. So that's probably the biggest way to do it. Glum Hippo, can we retire the term man in the middle or adversary in the middle in favor of on path? I'm less concerned about the political correctness than the accuracy. Yeah, it is. I mean, in the middle, I feel like that used to be the connection, but on path is fine. It's really just around like making sure that two people are talking about the same thing. Nasir Z, what do you call a computer with Riz? Is this a joke? Like, is there a punchline? Or, I don't know. Let me know in chat. This feels like this is a joke setup, so let me know what the punchline is. Is DJPSEC's EPSS tool available anywhere? Wondering for CTI capabilities. Yes, Kevin Hendrickson. Let's share it. Actually, I think there is if you do ! EPSS in chat, I think Nightbot will drop the URL for everybody. There it is. So here you go. Who asked that question? Kevin? Kevin, here it is. It's a GitHub repo, probably under Python. And yep, there we go. It's that EPSS CVE probability. That's what you want to get. All right. Hey, Dr. Osier. Quick question. What are your thoughts about XSIAM and its future? Also, is anyone else on the chat actively using it? XSIAM. Let's investigate. I'm not familiar with it. Okay, hold on. Is this... So I typed in XSIAM and I get Cortex SIAM, which is a Palo Alto solution. Is XSIAM a Palo Alto thing, or is it it's a market offering? Yeah, okay, it looks like it's a market offering because Red Canary's got one as well. All right, hold on. Let's get AI to do this. Extended security intelligence and automation management. Security operation that drives dramatically better security outcomes by integrating automation with SOC. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, this is likely where we're going. I don't know if it's like something you learn as much as it is the way you modify your workflows. Is waiting through logs in chat? I feel like... So I'll give you a quick answer. Stirspirum IAS. I think XSIAM is the future, but I think it's more branding and, techno-babble than it is like a new technology. Like, we've been doing detection engineering and, automations and, click here and run a playbook and stuff like that, or a run book. So I think it's more just dressing, okay, than it is a new technology. I've pinged waiting through logs in chat, so let him speak to it if he has a thought. We do that a lot in industry. Every business wants to be like hot and okay, so really quickly, okay. There is I'm gonna drop a knowledge bomb on you really quickly, okay? So waiting through log says he does no idea what XSIAM is. SIM and SOAR, exactly. So I think it's just rebranding. Let me show you something really quickly. Because I run a business now, in addition to cyber, I want to tell you about something. I forget. I think Brandon Poole turned me on to this book. This book, it's like a very quick read, and it's called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. Okay, I don't have an MBA. I barely understand how to run a business, and I need help. So I read this book. Okay, I want to introduce you to second law of marketing. Okay, second law of marketing, the law of category. If you can't be first in a category, create a new category and be first in that. Okay? What am I talking about? whoever is in XSIM, let's just say it's, Palo Alto is a huge player in that space, right? Well, let's say that you are Graylog or something, or whoever, and you feel like you can't take on Splunk, Sentinel, and Palo Alto. Oh, it's too much, whatever. And I don't even think of Palo Alto as a SIM solution anyways, but you get my point. Create a new category. The category now is XSIAM. We're number one. Look if you want traditional SIMs, you can have those big players. But XSIAM, that's where we're rocking over here. It's a marketing technique in order to assert yourself into the market as the number one option, because you can't compete with the others, right? That's what's up. Like, I'm trying to think. There's like some really good examples with oh my god, I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but actually, so think of soda, okay? Soda, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, etc. They dominate, okay? They dominate the soda space. So what did 7-Up do? The Uncola. They created a new category, the Uncola, right? So if you want the best Uncola, there you go. Now, I know they're all owned by the same company and stuff like that, but my point is, it's a friggin' marketing technique. So that's it. That's my entire diatribe on what XSIM is. Dan Ogle says, will you always use CISO Series newsletter for the threat brief? I liked how you did another story today for Mod Chat. I asked because I'm seeing less cyber. Yes. So Dan Ogle, I agree with you. There have been less cyber stories. The mod team and I have been talking. We are going to be folding in more of our own stories into it, and potentially eventually doing our own thing. It remains to be seen. Right now, what we need is, if we are going to switch from CISO series and wind our own, if you will, we need to have a consistent solution that is ready at 7:30 a.m. every weekday, and which is why I like the CISO series, because it's sitting right there. What I would love to do eventually, because we are trying to drive community engagement and community service, what I really want to do, and I'm talking to Chris Whitlock about this, is develop some type of solution that allows the community, all of you, to vote on stories, and then we'll just take the 8 highest voted stories every day. But there's a lot of automation and stuff to do with that. So I hear you, Dan Ogle. The entire mod team hears you, and we are working it. Soulshine, will you be at DEF CON this year? You bet I will. There will be a meetup at DEF CON this year. As always, Simply Cyber Community Meetup. I can tell you the date and time right now if you want. It'll be August 8th at 3 p.m. local time, Vegas, at Hop Nuts Brewery. We're taking over the whole brewery. I'm renting the whole thing out. We're going to own it. Jonathan W. Sislow, what are your most important things to think about for a cyber analyst internship job interview? To think about, be receptive, be hungry, demonstrate interest and passion. Show them in the interview that you've already done things. Like, basically think about all the other people that are interviewing for this internship. They're chances are they're just don't know what to do. They're sitting there and they're like, I'm a clean slate. I'm a sponge ready to soak up stuff. Give me. Yeah, you're an intern, you're going to learn, but why not come there and be like, listen, I've done this, I've done this lab, I've looked at this, I'm passionate about SIM or SOC work, and I was thinking it would be great when I'm in the internship to be able to help develop a couple detections or help you guys integrate Taxi into your SIM or whatever. Don't be somebody taking value, be someone giving value, and the internship is that opportunity, that vehicle for you to give value. All right, I got 2 minutes. I do have a meeting with Try Hack Me here at 9:30 local time, so I got to drop in a minute. Okay. Mr. Underhill, has anyone ever volunteered with ITDRC? I just signed up, but haven't finished the training yet. I don't know what ITDRC is. Let's take a look. Information Technology Disaster Resource Center. I don't know what this is, but I got to tell you, Mr. Underhill, please let us know what this experience is like. If it adds value, people are constantly in the community looking for volunteer opportunities. If this is legit and comes out really well, let us know. We could have a whole pipeline of Simply Cyber people going up in there. What do you recommend someone who wants to get into GRC with only a little experience with small business, got Google cert, of course, volunteer risk assessments, etc.? Oh my gosh, twice nightly. Definitely document it. Make sure your resume is aligned to the GRC work you're doing. And honestly, for the small business, if you can, I mean, see if you can do audits on the small business, like use CIS baselines as a starting point. You can use NIST 853 or NIST CSF and then choose the 53 controls out of it that makes sense. You could do CIS control 18 controls, implementation guidance once. Do the audits, use the frameworks, document it. That's going to be your keys to success. All right, final question here. Just another nerd. I'm getting my bachelor's in cyber. Want to go into digital forensics or Bread Blue? Any projects, books, search you can recommend that help me achieve the goal? Yes. All right, so I don't have time to give you all of them. Just another IT nerd. But what I do want to tell you is this. This is going to be worth your time, okay? Simply Cyber, Jessica Hyde. Literally, this podcast right here, this is a live stream that I did with a woman named Jessica Hyde, who is amazing. She is amazing, okay? Just another IT nerd. And she drops so many resources, people, books, labs, trainings, a million things in this interview. And I'm telling you right now, the Differ community is very, very small and very, very tight, and they love helping each other out. So you can become part of that. Just another IT nerd. I'm dropping this right here. I'm telling you, this interview's an hour long, and I guarantee you it will give you an amazing amount of value. It will absolutely be worth the hour of your time. I promise you. Watch it on 2X if you want, so then you're only spending 30 minutes. All right, guys, I got to go. I'm late for a meeting. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much. Shout out to the mods. Holler at Worldwide Wednesday. Thanks, Chris Rock, for limping along Australia into the fold. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Peace out. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wait, we don't have a live stream today, right? No. All right, I got to go. Bye.